Welcome back, everyone. Your loyal captain, Gear 100, has returned yet again for another video for you guys today. And today, guys, we are continuing upon What If I Was Reborn as Izuku Midoriya, Part 2. This is the One For All version, so not the OP version of Part 1 that you guys saw before, but the One For All version. So, I should really make a playlist deciding on that one. That way, it's like parallel universes. But anyway, like I said, you guys smashed the likes quickly in under 24 hours. Got the video to 5 likes like I requested, and it seems like you guys really wanted to see a part 2. Well, okay then. Here you guys go. Part 2. I'm giving you guys this before I gotta go back to work, because starting tomorrow, I gotta wake up at 4 a.m. and it's gonna be back-to-back work days. So I'm gonna give you guys this because I don't know when I'm gonna get my next off days, because I know I'm gonna be working and I'm just gonna be exhausted when I come back home. So, okay. Anyway, I'm here to give you guys the part 2 that you want. You guys don't want to hear about my personal life, but let's get into it. Y'all ready? I'm ready. Cue the intro.
Hey Ross, sauce it up. She can get dangerous, yeah. She can get dangerous, yeah. Staying with a lame beast, yeah. But I'm staying with the gang beast, so that's gang shit. Like, ooh, and they gon' stay by my side, cause them boys down to ride, yeah. Like, ooh, she tryna play with my mind. I can't be wasting no time, yeah.
It begins to explain the quirk One For All. So basically how it worked was like this. Going through the natural speech of how One For All was created, then it's been a power passed on through 8 generations, and All Might himself has been looking for a successor. Due to him showing me his stomach injury from, well, literally earlier today, he believes that he's found his successor. And I had to pretend to be confused, but on the inside I was really excited. As he tells me, "Young man, out there you acted like a real hero. And that is exactly what I look for. So I choose you. I deem you worthy to be the successor of One For All." And without any impromptu, I immediately accept it. He nods his head and tells me to meet back with him tomorrow at Dagobah Beach. I mean, the day goes by, and then the next day I wake up and I meet him. When he finds that the beach is already clean, he asks what's happened here, and I tell him, "Oh, I cleaned that like about a year ago." "Wait, you already cleaned it?" "Yes, sir." "Okay, well, All Might tells me, that he wants to see what he's working with." So, thankfully, I came in workout clothes, my gym shorts, some shoes, and a light workout shirt. So All Might says, "Oh, okay, kid, young man, show me what I'm working with." "Yes, sir." And the thing is, he was not disappointed. "Wow, okay, I was not expecting such a physique from you, young man. And it's almost like you pre-trained for this already." I smiled, but I don't tell him my plans. "Well, I've always wanted to be a hero, sir. So, better believe I trained for it." "That's good. It means we don't have to focus on building your body to handle the power." "Alright, now, it seems like I can just give it to you already." "Okay, but here's a few things, young man. When I give you the power, I must warn you. This power is One For All itself is a power with a stockpiling ability. So not only will the power, when it passes on to you, will it be stronger, but since you're the 9th user, you will be maybe 9 times, it'll be me and you will have the power of my prime, but multiply that by 9. So, yeah, you'll be much, much, much stronger than me in my prime. Wow. You know, I think to myself, you know, it's kind of weird, because we don't really know how the multipliers work with One For All. But we do know that Izuku at 45% is stronger than Prime All Might. And he wasn't even at 100 yet. So with this being said, hell, All Might at his prime, and I'm going to be 9 times stronger than that. Shit, and I already have plans about One For All. Alright then. Yes, sir. I nod to him, and he says, okay. So he plucks out a hair and held it out to me. Eat this. Huh? Oh yeah. Not like I forgot about this part, but I still gotta play the thing. Yes, sorry, but to inherit my power, you have to accept my DNA. Oh man. Okay. Here we go. Thankfully, I brought a water bottle with me. So, not even thinking about it, swallowed the hair and drank and just got the whole water bottle just to get it down quickly. Conditioner. Yep, I apologize for that. You swallowed it, yes? Yes, I did. Okay, young man. So, for now, since the power is going to take a while to acclimate to you, we should, but then, I feel something. Something strange. And All Might asks, young Midoriya, what's wrong? As instantly, the power it instantly acclimates to me, and not only that, it just fires itself up. I can feel it. The power pretty much coursing through my veins. Quite literally, as I can see them. The red veins of One For All coursing throughout my entire body. I don't know how exactly I feel it this early, but holy shit. And then all of a sudden, I feel something snap. Like the power rising, and it almost as if it's shattered, as if it broke. As not only that, but the craziest thing is I don't have green lightning like Izuku Midoriya. My power itself looks completely different. It looks like a red fiery aura. Hold on, let me show you guys what I mean like this. This right here. This is what my power itself looks like. Okay, I know what you guys might say. Hold on a second. Aren't you bringing Dragon Ball Z stuff into this? No. This is just what the power itself looks like. You know, cause Deku has like green lightning and everything. All Might had like a yellowish golden lightning. I'm changing that. Because let me tell you guys this way. I perceive the power as something different. As we all know, and okay, even though I'm bringing in different anime logic into this, I still want to bring this into said conversation. In Jujutsu Kaisen JJK, also I'm going to do a Reborn series on that pretty soon, just to let you guys know. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, hint, hint. Gojo himself stated that your own cursed energy and cursed technique depends on the user, on the soul. Basically, it depends on on your mindset and what it is. Like, okay, Megumi's like 10 Shadows technique is all about, you know, tactician technique and, you know, hit and run tactics. While Yuji is an all-out fighter, basically, who will use his fists, which is why his blood manipulation is so like straightforward and always powerful and like a hard hitter. It literally depends on the user and their and how they perceive their own power and their own techniques. So I'm bringing that logic into My Hero Academia a little bit. Basically, how the user perceives their own power. And me, I perceive One For All as like, yes, an unstoppable force of nature. This unlimited power to be wielded to stop all of evil, but I'm still going to be using it for my own benefit. But hey, it works. So that's why the aura just looks like a fiery red god, like Super Saiyan God. So whenever you guys see me use One For All, the power doesn't surge like green lightning, it literally flares like a fiery aura. Like shit, it looks like literally a Dragon Ball Z character powering up. Okay, but anyway, there's that right there. So here comes my explanation. How is the past, like, are the past users gonna basically play into this? Because, you know, it's canon that they can see into Izuku's memories and his life, what he's been going through and through his eyes. And since I'm reborn as Izuku in this, wouldn't that mean they technically see my memories of my past life? No, they wouldn't. Because thankfully my friend here gave me a very good explanation. Basically, it's like a game slot, like save slots. My slave slot, who I was before I was reborn into this world, is a previous save that only I have access to. My life as Izuku Midoriya is this life's okay. How do I? Oh, I got it. My previous life of who I was before was pretty much my first new game and pre-saved slot. It's a saved slot, a saved cartridge that only I have access to. The life that I'm living as Izuku Midoriya is a save slot I'm using now, and I'm continuing the game. But yeah, the previous life is a save file that I can never load back into, but I still have the memory storage of it. So that's pretty much how it works. So the predecessors can only see into my life as Izuku Midoriya, since it's the life I'm currently using, and not the previous life I had before. They don't know all about that. They will never know that I'm actually a reborn anomaly in this world. So to them, I am Izuku Midoriya, and the life I'm living right now is the only one I live. But shit, okay, here it comes. But it seems that One For All had straight up evolved with me, as I don't feel like I cap out at just 100%. And I tell this to All Might, I don't feel like I just cap out at 100%. What do you mean? Well, okay, let me try. As I try to call upon One For All, and I can. So I raise the power. And just like I said, it looks like a Dragon Ball Z character powering up when their aura straight up flares. I can raise it higher and higher and higher. 20. No, 30. 40. 50. 60. Hold on. Shit, I'm going even higher and higher than before. 70. 80. 90. 100. I tell All Might that I'm currently using 100% power right now. And All Might can kind of sense the power. It's almost overwhelming. God dang, did I really get that much stronger than him? I don't even, okay, I will never know what the previous Izuku's like peak will be, because he only capped that at 45%. But shit, if he could reach this level of power, this would be insane. Or maybe not, because holy hell, how the heck am I this strong? But I don't feel like 100% is my cap out power. I feel like I can push the power if I really wanted to. All Might tells me to go to my max power that I can, the highest I can go. And I do push for it. 100, 200, 300, no, 500, 700, 900, 1,000. Okay, hold on. 1,100. And as I push the power higher, my aura not only starts to flare from red, but it also starts to mold into a different color. Here it goes. As you guys can see, my aura is going from red to blue, like a heavenly blue color. And Jesus Christ, my hair's starting to spike up like normal. Okay guys, I'm telling you right now, this is not a Super Saiyan right now. I don't have that. It's just me doing my own my own form of a super version. Because, you know, Deku in full cowling, his hair rises up and everything. So heck, I'm doing my own version of that. Like, dang. But 1,100 is pretty much the cap I can go, because now the power actually does start to hurt a little bit. Like, holy crap. And All Might is actually very impressed, but not only that, he's kind of scared. Because what the hell just happened? Until all of a sudden the power starts spiking out of control. Like, when I try to lower my power, electricity starts to, well, the power starts to spike around everywhere. Until all of a sudden, me and All Might just, both of the power shocks the both of us until we're dragged into an unknown place. And when we both wake up, we're in a void. We wake up and we're inside of the vestige world. Already? This early? And we haven't even gotten started yet. As me and All Might both wake up, we see that all the other vestiges are there and looking at us. Well, specifically looking at me in shock. Oh crap. As All Might gets up and he sees Nana for the first time. And All Might wants to break out into tears, but the first user comes up to me specifically. You, boy. Midoriya, was it? I nod. I don't know how you've done it, but One For All has evolved way past its normal limits. Huh? You see here as they all take their seats, except for All Might, because, you know, he's the newest addition to the vestige world, it hasn't gotten its imprint yet, and also he's not dead, so he's still alive, so his body doesn't really need to be there. They begin to explain everything. It comes down to the first user, and he starts to explain his backstory upon All For One in more detail than what All Might had given, like how it really went down. And this time they can actually show their active memories, because I've already accessed 100% and I can just boost beyond that for some reason. Now it all boils down to okay, when it comes to the first said his power, quirk bestowal, was just that, just the ability to pass on a quirk. But all for One, when he forced the stockpiling ability onto him, it was just supposed to be a weak stockpiling power. But hell, then it became the second user's turn, and then the third, and then the fourth. Okay, the second being Kudo, third being Bruce Lee. That shit is still funny to me, Bruce Lee. You got freaking Bruce Lee up in this bitch. Alright, I'm gonna stop now. But one thing for sure when they all told their stories was that One For All had a level cap. Well, it had a power cap upon each user. Now the fourth, I think his name was dang, I don't know his name. Dang, I looked it up yesterday just to try to get it. Okay, first is Yoichi, second is Kudo, third is Bruce, fourth is Hokage, I don't know. Fifth, Daigoro Banjo. Sixth is N, I think. Seventh is Nana. Eighth is obviously All Might, and ninth is me. But still, all their stories were to the same thing. Each quirk has a cap of power it can reach, like a ceiling for its potential. But when it got transferred over to me, something weird had happened. The limiter completely shattered and it broke. So not only that, they aren't even supposed to be talking as of right now, but One For All has pretty much evolved past the points of limitation, meaning that it can't survive another pass down. It can't be passed down again. That Izuku Midoriya, you're the one that this has to end with. I literally have to stop it, because if I pass it down one more time, I might just accidentally, the one I pass it down to will just die instantly due to too much power buildup. Okay, but All Might is trying to wonder, why is he here? What's going on? Well, simple. As Nana comes up to explain that the boy is going to receive all of our quirks. Wait, what? Yeah, this wasn't really supposed to happen, but hell, One For All had just evolved past natural limitations, so I guess I'm going to start developing their quirks faster. Now, I would start to think in my head, okay, since I already have over 100% power, my full body is revealed, so that means I can talk, move, and I'm not fully clouded by dark mist or anything. I'm fully here, and my aura looks extremely different. It is that fiery red from before, but also that heavenly blue. Like I said before, it's all about how the user perceives the power. Okay then, so let's see how this is gonna work. So they said I was gonna receive the quirk slowly over the year, but it's still going to happen. And well, something else unprecedented had happened as well. What do you mean? As they all point to something in the air, and when I look up, I see what seems to be a ball of rainbow light. One For All itself has evolved even further. Pretty much, they knew I was supposed to be quirkless, but One For All had pretty much absorbed the quirk gene within me and had forcefully awakened what should have been my quirk. Holy shit. So not only was I gonna have 7 quirks, but also potentially more due to my natural quirk. Just what the hell? I know, but Nana goes up to talk to All Might again. Toshinori, please train the boy. Because if he's unlocked this much power, they fear that All For One himself can feel it as well. That he knows that something like this is possibly going to happen. As they all nod and say, boy, you're our last hope. As I nod to them and say I won't let them down. But then, hold on, something else starts to react. Even the vestige world itself is violently reacting due to, well, how much power I've actually gained. Because I've shot past the limiter, and the thing is, there is no level cap. It keeps going. They thought it pretty much stopped before, but no, it kept rising even within the Vestige world. As almost instinctively, me and All Might were pretty much shot out of the Vestige world, wondering what the heck is happening. And, okay guys, just bear with me for this sake. This is my AU, and I'm just gonna take it as far as I want. As the power now is reacting very violently, as it surges to my arm and a ball of light appears in my hand. Let me switch to that real quick. As you guys can see there, like rainbow lightning starts to appear off of me now, and the ball of light appears in my hand. And it instinctively shoots out and explodes into seven different light pillars, and even an eighth one, which seems to be a yellowish golden light that shoots into All Might. Don't know why, but hell, that happened. And not only that, the other 7 lights just explode into the different past users. Just what the hell is going on here, you may ask? As finally they all start to get up like, ugh, that felt awful. Daigoro Banjo starts to sit up like, let's never go through that shit again, okay? Huh? What the? Wait, are we out? Holy shit, we're actually in the real world. Wait, but we're not ghosts. I can feel it. I can breathe for real. I can feel myself. Like, wait, I'm young again. I'm like, yes, I have my hair back. As the first, the second, the third, everyone's wondering just what the fuck is going on. And crazy enough, they all look a bit younger. Hell, even All Might looks a bit younger. As they all wonder what the hell just happened. As I start to think to myself, and then I snap my fingers. I think I understand what's happened here. You do? Well, yes, even though it may sound a bit cliche, but I think that the amount of power I gained was so immense that not only it forced me and All Might out of the Vestige world, but I think it also forced you guys out as well, giving you pretty much a second chance in overriding your bodies, maybe giving you a second chance at life. Wait, so we're alive again? Like, for real? And everyone can't believe it. Like, they're all back. But keep in mind, wait, but we're not like our usual selves, as they realize they're very much younger. The first user all the way down to like Nana, they're like 18, they look very young, like my age, like 18 years old again. Like, wait, but why are we young again? I think that has something to do with me. What do you mean? Well, look at me, I am 18 years old, and Yue's at college, about to start again. And All Might, okay, let's put it like this. You guys were already dead, pretty much ghosts living inside of One For All. Like a copy-paste image, and being passed on to the next vestige over and over again. All Might was the only vestige to keep One For All and continue living on. And he not only did he pass it on, but he's not dead yet. He's actively still alive right now. So I think he gets to keep his age, maybe de-aging a little bit, but with you guys, since you guys were pretty much ghosts, I think it pretty much overwritten your age. And well, when you reflexively got shot out, but you also got reset a little bit, coming back to my age, which is 18 years old, which is why you're all so young again, but you all still look the same. Well, kind of. As well, Kudo still has this iconic face scar and everything, and well, everyone, and Kogain, I think that's his name. Yeah, Kogain. He still the fourth user still has the cracks on his face. So that's kind of strange. As the first all the way down to Nana can't believe it, they're alive again in this new modern day and age. Thankfully, and I mean thankfully, they could see through their own successors' eyes, so they're all caught up with the modern world and everything. All Might can't believe it. Holy hell. And you guys might be wondering, do they still have One For All? Well, let's see. They all try to get a feel for it, and yes, they do still feel it. And they can actually activate it, but their version is massively weaker than mine. Like hell, All Might's version of One For All is actually strong. It's actually still stronger. Okay, let me put it like this. The first user's version of One For All is like that, back in its base form when it was pretty much nothing. So he still has his quirk bestowal and One For All, and well, and the stockpiling power together. Those still do work. But like I said before, it was a very weak stockpiling power. So we can't really stockpile much energy at all, if not anything. Let me describe it like this. His is like a little white flame, or a white spark, whatever you guys want to use. But it's a little ember or a little jolt of electricity. It's pretty much nothing. Kudo's was, you know what? One for All is pretty much a flame, so I'm gonna think of it like that. The first is like a very tiny ember, not much power in that, and it's very weak because he's the first user, and his body's frail anyway, so it doesn't matter. The second user, Kudo, the flame starts to grow a bit more, but it's still weak with gear shift. And yes, all of them have their own version of One for All with their own original quirks. So you guys might be thinking, okay, are they doomed to die again because of the quirk overload? No. That's because in the Vestige world, they were pretty much transported inside of One for All. So now they were when they got shot out, they were naturally born. They were naturally reborn with it, I guess you could say, with their original quirk imprinted onto them. So not only that, they have their original quirks with their own version of One for All. Crazy. So yeah, everybody's back again, like usual. And well, shit is crazy. Well, shit, that makes it amazing. Well, they still don't know how to feel about this, but hell, they're all alive and back out again, which means they get a second chance at life. But wait, you know what? N. Or is it Ian? N or Ian? Whatever, the sixth user. Nana, the one who gave Nana the power. Doesn't that mean that, well, when they have to get re-identities again because they're all technically dead? Shit. All Might just says, don't worry, he's got plans for that. He pretty much calls up Nezu and Gran Torino and tells them can they meet him at his agency. They've got a lot to talk about. But I bring up one more thing. All Might, is it okay if I get my mom into this too? Because honestly, this is so much of a fray that there's no way she can be left out of this. Please, it's my mother if anything. All Might decides about this and he decides to nod his head. Now, okay, I'm bringing my mom. The reason why I'm bringing my mom into the fray immediately is because I am a firm believer in the Inko X All Might ship, and I want to get that ball rolling as quickly as possible. So I want that to happen right now. So I go to pick up my mom, and Toshinori Yagi reveals that he's All Might. Now, I catch my mom before she can pass out, but wait, it's not over yet. So, why is there 7 other people behind me and All Might? Oh boy. So All Might and Nezu make it to All Might's agency, which is in Tokyo. And, well, Gran Torino is shocked to see Nana again. Of course, and Nana reflexively goes up and hugs Gran Torino. Like, of course, seeing her old friend after so long. Which is amazing. Gran Torino obviously hugs back and starts crying, saying he's sorry he couldn't help more during All for One. She says no, she chose to, well, fight that man. And she pauses for a moment. Nana, is something alright? Hold on. I can't really remember much about my old life except All for One. Wait, what? I start to ask. And then she says, yes, I can't really remember much of my life. Everything is all blanks and full of blurs. She looks back to everyone and asks them, do you guys feel the same way? And now it goes back to Daigoro Banjo. Now that you mention it, as he looks back, he can't really remember much either. Wait, what? Why is his life so full of holes? Pause on that one, but still. Why is, like, his timeline in his life so full of, like, you know, blanks and potholes? He can't really remember much. Strange. Only thing they can remember is, like, gaining One for All. And, well, when they do, like, they can remember some parts of their life, but not 100% everything. Everything is so blurry and kind of blotched. Huh, that is weird. But Inko really wants some answers, and so does Gran Torino and Nezu. So All Might begins to explain everything about the situation, even One for All and how that works. To say that Inko is shocked is, well, an understatement. She wants to pass out, but thankfully she doesn't. She's keeping it all together. So you're saying you chose my son to be your successor. to be the next #1 hero. Yes. And not only that, this power has been passed on for 8 generations, making Izuku the 9th. Yes. To fight this evil ancient man that is All For One, that is known as All For One, who is supposed to be this villain that lived for hundreds of years. Yes, that man would be my brother. This is a lot to take in. I know, it's absolutely insane. But then here comes, the 4th user again. Guys, I think that, can we move on to the fact that we're all alive again, and fact that we have no identity because technically we're all supposed to be dead? Nezu just says, oh, don't worry about that. I can get you all identification very easily. A lot of people owes me favors anyway. Well, shit, there goes that problem. But then there goes the problem of, well, dealing with All For One again. Because 1, they're all alive again, which is crazy. And 2, they all know for a fact that they can't fight All For One. Even if they tried to jump the guy, 1, they have no idea where he is. And 2, All Might thinks that he is still dead right now. Because, well, all the previous users saw that, that they think All Might did actually kill him for a fact. So hell. But still, the first can feel it, especially since he's directly tied to, well, All For One. He doesn't know why, but he has intuition that his brother is still out there. Just maybe a little bit, if not. Okay, well, that still checks out. But Nezu has a thing for them. Well, since they're all like 19 years old, well, 18 to 19 at this point, he makes them an offer. Well, like, would they all like to come to UA? Wait, what? Yeah, why not? Because, well, frankly, it's pretty clear. They're all alive again. And since they're all the predecessors of One For All, there really is no other safer place that they can go. And once again, they can't remember much of their old lives anyway. So not much of memory is still there. And since they pretty much got nowhere to go, they might as well. And they really think about it for a moment, but Nana just says, why the hell not? Because if they come to face with All For One again, this time they'll be ready. And, well, they're going to need to train the boy anyway. And so, but I come up with the excuse. Hey, the boy, remark doesn't really work anymore since we're all the same age. Physically, yes, but mentally, you're still the youngest. Fine. But the first says, like, would it even be worth him joining? Because technically, he can't really fight. Well, they have a whole year, so why not train? And since they pretty much got reborn with One For All, wouldn't that technically mean that it's part of their natural quirks now? So hell, they all won't die due to the quirk strain anymore. So that means they can all train once again. And since I was going to inherit their quirks, now I have the people directly teaching me. They all think about it for a moment, and then decide, you know what? Why the fuck not? So that's exactly what they go for. So we have an entire year to train. But then, Bruce had actually remembered something. Wait, I remember, One For All had actually awakened the quirk gene, the dormant quirk gene within you, Midoriya. So can you see what quirk you have now? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I try to see if I have my mom's telekinesis, since that would honestly help a lot more. So instinctively, I reach out for something, and by the grace of God, it floats over to me, and I pull it towards me. Telekinesis. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Well, great. He has telekinesis now. Well, this actually means a lot, because now that means all of them can actually train for UA, except for All Might, which he's going to be teaching there. So it's just the 8 of them joining all the previous users, and it means that they can actively, get stronger now. Oh boy, even though their One For Alls are weaker than mine, especially the first ones, it means they can actively do something. Maybe not a whole lot of something, but still something at best. Alright. Oh shit, that means I'm gonna have to change the class around a whole lot. Oh man, we're gonna lose a lot of people that we know and love, but hey, this is my version, so just go with it. Alright guys, give me a sec. I'm gonna have to make up a class 1A because the previous one for all users are gonna be in this, I guess. Because that would just make 27 students if I put them in with the original 20. Or maybe I could just do that. I could just add these guys in as like a special edition. You know what? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. It's class 1A plus these guys. 20. Okay, yeah, you got the original 20 plus these 7. That's 27. Yeah. Why the heck not? It's class 1A, so the best of the best. So might as well add these guys in here. So there you guys go. We get to keep our original class 1A members, plus we get to add these guys in here. We got 27 students in class 1A. Maybe uneven, but who gives a shit? You know what? Screw it. I can add Shinso into this as well. That way we can keep it even. We're 2 away from 30 students. So boom, we made it. So don't worry about that. All right then. So now we got 1 year specifically to train. And well, they have no idea how to train. Nezu just says they can use the UA building facilities. I mean, that's their best training bets that they have. And since Nezu pretty much owns the school, he can get them all in through recommendation. And since they got a whole year to train, oh yeah, I've got a lot to learn. So let's time skip a week later. I'm currently learning how to use Black Whip with Daigoro Banjo and him showing me the ropes. So you guys might be wondering how this have worked. Okay, so basically I already have access to all of the previous quirks right now. And funniest thing is, it's like a hive mind group chat. So if one predecessor or successor thinks about something, we can all reflectively know what they're thinking. Kind of like a hive mind situation, since we're all connected by the same goddamn quirk. But thankfully we can turn it off consciously or if we want to. Like if we want to keep our own personal thoughts to ourselves, we can. So hey, that's how it works. And thankfully the predecessors are getting used to life again, because holy shit, N and Hokage pretty much wants to continue living like a hermit, but Daigoro Banjo's like say that's enough of that, living that lifestyle. He got a second chance at life. Better freaking live it. Oh well. So yeah, that's gonna work here. So I already have access to all 7 quirks. Learning how to use it is just gonna be the problem. But hell, I got 1 whole year. And I have telekinesis, so I'm learning to use that with... And my mom is the one who's training me. Oh boy. But hey, All Might already knows how to build muscle, so he's training with the first user on that. And with the 6th user, because, well, might as well. Learning how to use quirks is very difficult. Like, man, the original, like, Izuku Midoriya was a powerhouse for this, but me, shit, I'm adapting a whole lot quicker because I'm trying to integrate this into my fighting style that I already have. So yeah, right now, guys, I'm becoming OP from the start. But it's still a learning progress, as I've got, like, a whole year ahead of me. Alright, so let's cut to, like, what? Let's cut to the halfway mark. So 6 months later. Pretty much, I've gotten used to all of these quirks now. The one that's hardest to use is pretty much Gear Shift, because just like, well, the original, it takes a huge toll on me. It's kind of insane in effect. I can use 2nd gear and 3rd gear, but oh my gosh, the strain on the body is absolutely insane. It's like running a marathon and trying to force your sore muscles to continue working out. The burn and pain is absolutely a lot. But oh well, it still works. That is until something else happens. I know you guys may be thinking, oh my god, just how OP are you going to make yourself? Extremely, because I'm not done. As something else happens within One For All on its own. Not only does the limiter practically explode, well, not only does the limiter breaks, it practically explodes. As now, all the predecessors' quirks within me have pretty much gotten their own awakening. I know, a quirk awakening within a quirk awakening. That's this shit here, man. So, Daigoro Banjo's just saying, oh, this shit is so not fair. He gets multiple quirk awakenings while we're stuck with our baseline. I just say, maybe you guys can get quirk awakenings too. I mean, these are your original quirks. Whatever. So doing this all over again is ridiculous. So what are their quirk awakenings? Well, let's go down the line from 7 all the way back to number 1. As All Might's pretty much reached his level cap upon One for All, if not gaining a little bit of his prime back. I'd say like about 15% of his, like about 15% of his prime back, like 15%. So he is stronger and he has a little bit more of a time limit. So the time limit went from 3 hours to like about 4 hours, just giving him an extra hour. Damn. Okay, so from number 7, Nana Shimura, her quirk awakening from Float is straight up of, oh my gosh, it's just aerial manipulation. Wait, no, Float. It pretty much devolved into sky manipulation. So yeah, Euro from JJK, bullshit like that. Oh boy. Pretty much just a warp space and bullshit like that. Oh lord. Yeah, making it as OP as possible. Sue me and bite me. Don't care. My version, I do what I want with it. Now, N, Smokescreen. There really isn't much you can do with Smokescreen, but I found it out. The drawback is that if you practically use too much smoke, you obscure your own vision. So instead, I like to do it like this. Within the smoke screen, you can I can actually see within the smoke. So I can make it as thick and I can make the smoke as thick and, well, a huge of a cloud as I want to make it, but I can still see where everybody is, kind of like an X-ray vision within it. And not only that, it conceals everything about me, my presence, my smell, my movements, so you can't hear anything when you're within my smoke screen. I'm practically completely invisible to you while still being able to see you. Now, next is, I believe, okay, yeah, Daigoro Banjo. His quirk, Black Whip. And honestly, it's already given me a whole bunch of ideas with Izuku's Black Chain, so I'm just gonna evolve it into this. Boom, the Dark Arts. So basically devolving Black Whip into making darkness weapons. So kind of giving myself a pseudo darkness manipulation. So hey, that checks out and that works. So not only can I make, like, you know, make the tendrils come out like whips and everything, but I can also make weapons and separate them from my body. Nice. Now Hokage, Danger Sense. I mean, there's really isn't much I can do, but hey, I got something. Now, there's like basically 2 aspects and 2 versions of this. Basically, the first version becomes a kind of like a Call of Duty mini-map. And how does that work? Well, simple. It works like this. When Danger Sense is supposed to act at its base form, it acts as if any person with the intent to kill or harm the user of One for All pretty much gets alerted instantly, and well, they instantly sense the danger and can bypass it. But those with the sense of no intent to harm, like Toga, who feels genuine affection whenever they hurt someone and that has no intent to harm you, can actually bypass that. So instead, I'm doing it like this. It's anyone the user perceives as a threat at all. It doesn't matter what your intention is. If I perceive you as a threat, I can mark you down as for the Danger Sense. Kind of like a Call of Duty mini-map. My allies can be blue, who I know that won't attack me, and all my, all my allies and all of the villains. Basically, the opposites. The opposing fighters, like the villains. If I deem you as a threat, I can mark you down as a red target, and I would sense any intention you have to harm me, whether it be affectionate or not. If you try to come near me, it's like a spidey sense in a way. I will know. And the second version of that is like a pseudo ultra instinct. So basically, I can like auto dodge you without even thinking. My body will just move on its own to completely dodge you. But the drawback of that is that using that version of Danger Sense takes a lot of energy like regular Ultra Instinct does. So yeah, it's pretty draining when I use that version of it. So I kind of stick to the regular Call of Duty like mini-map for now. The third user, Fajin. Honestly, kinetic energy manipulation. Just using it like that. Because being able to store kinetic energy by doing repeated movements and releasing it later is absolutely amazing. Kind of like how Fat Gum's quirk works when he uses his fat to absorb kinetic blows and dish it out with a huge energy punch. So just straight up kinetic energy manipulation, I can do that. Now Kudo's gear shift, honestly ignoring inertia and doing it like that is pretty amazing. So there's also two versions of this as well. I can also like stop motion, rewind motion, or just or actually accelerate motion. And like I said, ignore the laws of inertia. So, and this also means the laws of like physics as well. So if I were to break the sound barrier, my body actually won't receive any repercussions. I can actually break past the sound barrier and not be hurt at all, which is actually an amazing thing. But also, the second version of this works like Kaioken. I can actually use as many gears as I want, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, like a gear shift times 2, times 3, times 4, times 5, and keep it going. But the toll on the body would exist a lot more. So it's pretty much like that. And finally, the first user, quirk bestowal. This being working in two ways as well. One, just like Deku did with Bakugo during the 9 situation, I can actively share One for All passively with other people. So I can actively boost my allies around the battlefield. But not only that, if they willingly want to, they can also share their power with me. So let's say Todoroki, if me and him like actively lock hands or touch, I can share One for All with him, but he can also share his half cold, half hot quirk with me. So yeah, pretty busted all around. So shit, getting to understand these versions of the quirks is also going to be a lot worse. But hell, I mean, let's not cut to the chase. I'm already going to pass. So me and the other seven users get in through a recommendation. And this is at the 10-month mark. So I have 2 months left in order to like, for myself. Because I've already trained to the max and well, hell, I've already got my hero costume registered. So everything is all set for myself. Oh damn, I didn't really do much talking of getting into UA. I've only done the training part. But hey, I wanted to explain everything to you guys. Okay, but as of getting used to One for All, basically, I'm basically pulling like Goku and Gohan did in the Android, well, in the Cell Saga. Pretty much having One for All on and active constantly, so that I'm getting used to the power already. That way I can increase more of an output and more of a power output. And actually the other users have started to gain that as well. Even the first, who can somewhat use One for All effectively, but it's still not much. Like, he can beat up a few street tier people, like a few street tier goons, but any higher tier with a high amount of defense, like if he were to fight Kirishima or Tetsu, he would still effectively lose that fight. But hey, it's still pretty good. But shit, keeping on One for All constantly, trying to adapt to it in your base form while trying to get a higher power outage when you need it. Absolutely amazing. But in the last 2 months, as I'm out like just training on my own, because well, Nezu gave the past users some dormitories inside of One for All so they can live in there. Because obviously they have nowhere else to go, and they don't want to live inside of an agency all the time. So, hey, also All Might and my mom are getting to know each other a lot more. Yeah, I'm getting that ball rolling a lot more. This is actively crazy how I'm pushing this story. But hell, okay, last 2 months. Basically, I'm walking the street when I feel like a sense of danger coming behind me. And so I just, out of nowhere, I pretend like I'm going to tie my shoes, but instead I duck a kick that was coming my way. And who was that kick from, you may ask? Oh boy. Who other than Mirko? God dang it. And right when I ducked her kick, she knew. You, she pointed at me. You're strong. Fight me. Like, didn't even ask twice. Immediately just grabbed my freaking hand and started dragging me towards her agency. Practically threw me inside of the building and immediately started trying to throw hands with me. No words have been said at this point, just immediately trying to kick me. But, you know, I already know. I'm way faster and just a lot more skilled than she is. And the amount of power I have on her is way too overwhelming. So I end up beating her in just a few punches. Like, me and you are going to train a lot more from now on. Huh? You're going to UA, right? Yeah. You only have 2 months left. Me and you are going to train with that. I kind of have a set schedule. Then I'm going to be a part of it. Wait, oh, jeez. It's no use. She forces her way into it. It's Mirko, guys. You just got to go with it. Also, this is a harem AU, so hell, I can pretty much do whatever I want. So yeah, she joins in sometimes at UA during the training sessions. The predecessors like do get their own one-on-one times with me to train, and they do train themselves, but oh lord. Yeah, since this is a harem AU, I also get Nanashimura as well. Yeah, fuck you guys, I don't care, I do what I want. Okay, oh jeez, I'm doing too much. Alright. Anyway, besides all of that, the next 2 months go by and the year is up. I mean, it's no doubt I get into recommendation. And yes, the telekinesis quirk has definitely awakened within me, but hey, I pretty much use that. And if I had to say, it's on the level of Mob Psycho and Tatsumaki, pretty much shit like that. Damn, it's pretty crazy. Now we can finally cut to the first days of UA. It's time. Because obviously, getting into recommendation, you know you get in. But hell, it's the first day, so now we can start. Let's do this. Okay, first day of UA. Walking into the door was pretty crazy, because I see all 20 regular Class 1A members, and I see my 7 predecessors all there as well. You had 7 desks added. Actually 8, because Shinzo is here as well. Damn, 2 students away from 30 students in one class. Well, shit. And you guys might be asking, sorry about that, just needed to clear my voice for a minute. How did Shinzo get into Class 1A? Well, with that being a few open, like 1 extra open spot because I got in through recommendation, Shinzo just barely, and I mean just barely managed to scrape in Class 1A through General Studies. Well, because he was in General Studies and it left 1 spot open, he got the Class 1A spot. And thankfully he was trained by Aizawa, so Aizawa kind of recommended him and he got in. He just barely made it, but he did it. So yes, that's 28 students right now. And finally, when I walk in, everyone can kind of feel the pressure and the aura from me, which is absolutely insane. Because thankfully, I'm used to toning it down, but still, everyone can know that when I walked into the room, hey man, shit's massively different. But okay, it works. All right, so I sit in the normal seating chart where Midoriya really would be. I don't really want to sit in the front, but still, I kind of do sit in the back because I'm 7'4", my guy. I'm very fucking huge compared to like everyone else in this classroom. So finally, Aizawa does roll in, and first is the quirk apprehension test, obviously, and it's the same shtick. Whoever's in last place will be expelled. So I'm not even gonna lie to you, I pretty much plowed through everything. I don't clue anybody in on me having multiple quirks, so I just use one for all and my telekinesis, since pretty much I want to keep it just strictly hidden that I have that. So thankfully, phew, it's not too sudden that I have telekinesis. Like, alright, fine, that's common. So, hey, I'm first. Shit, who could be second? I guess you could argue that Nana would be second because she's a good all-rounder. But, you know what? Hey, Hey, why the hell not? I'm first, Nana's second. Anybody else can be anybody else. No one's going home anyway. Like, Aizawa was lying to begin with. but also kind of wasn't. He would have expelled somebody if he truly saw no potential. But, oh well. It works. Everybody passed. And frankly, Shinso was the one in last place, so he wouldn't have expelled him. So, phew! That checks. Alright, anyway. The next thing that the next thing to come up would be... Oh yeah, the bomb training. So, okay, you guys might be wondering, what is everyone's, like, hero costume going to be? Well, for the predecessors, that's actually extremely easy, as they all just wear their, well, canon outfits, because, well, they're technically their hero costumes already. This was my hero costume. Oh yeah, and if you're thinking about, wait, what about the first? He doesn't really have a hero costume. Screw it, just give him the Rock Lee outfit. There you go, that matches. Because it doesn't really matter too much, but hey, it works well with this character. Yeah, I got the Saitama outfit because I'm just that OP that I can pretty much almost one-punch anything. Now, the bomb training test here, we would get put on the... I'm on a team with Nana, actually. Me and Nana versus Bakugo and Ida. I mean, not even going to sugarcoat it, we pretty much wiped the floor with it. Bakugo still does get angry, thinking that I hid a quirk from her this whole time, but she'll slowly come around. Oh boy. But yeah, the next thing over, we have to go over who's going to be president and vice president. I do not want to be, but everybody picks me because I'm clearly the strongest in the entire class, if not the whole dang school. And I got overwhelming votes by 7. Great. Wait, actually I got like 10 votes. 7, the predecessors, 8 by Shinso, 9, 10 because of Ida and Uraraka. Wait, actually 11 because someone else voted for me but didn't say who. Strange, but fine, I guess we're gonna do that here. Oh boy. So, not knowing why, but then the UA gates get disintegrated and it's an alarm. Quickly, while everyone's trying to scramble throughout everything, I use my telekinesis to pick myself up and fly in the air. I do one mega clap to get everybody's attention. Thankfully, I hold back enough so I don't crack the glass. And I let them know to get a hold of themselves. This is a goddamn hero school after all. And second of all, if they just look out the windows, they can see it's just the press. So they need to calm their tits down. So yeah, that pretty much cements my position as the class rep. God damn it. Alright, fine. I guess we're just doing this then. Next thing that would be naturally going on would be the USJ, but I'm gonna save that for part 3. Probably next week or the week after. I don't know. This has gone on for like almost an hour long anyway. So, hope you guys did enjoy. Hope this lived up to the hype and the likes. Get this to 5 more likes and I will make a part 3. Also, another Reborn is coming out later today. It's like only, 3 o'clock, so I got some extra time before I have to go to sleep anyway for a job, for work tomorrow. So, hope you guys can bear with that, but if you guys know what to do, get this to 5 likes and it'll continue. But you guys know what it is. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Peace, guys!